And it's going to feed a lot of charge to Decay, but I don't think they're worried about it. Okay, Reaper also makes sense. Huge brawl count. Like, this is the definition of brawl count.
Choi's already slept, Super is hacked, but the rest of the Justice are going to get split if they're not careful. And Aimcod already goes down to Arms. Just a headshot. So one healer now dead for the Justice. They haven't really got much left in the bank. I mean, you're just going to fall over unless Stitch just has the performance of his life here. With the square man in the front line, the Decay, it doesn't, kids get booped up onto the high ground, but away from the point, just being shot, managed to find the cap. Violet does end up falling down, and this is a good sign, because now Aimcod can now come back in.
Yeah, this isn't terrible. I mean, when you get high charge, too, you can kind of just burn through the Ride Shield as well. But right now, Sims is going control and counting out. Bob comes in.
Yeah, the Bob knocked out. Oh, the Bob kills two. Maybe a third. Come on, Bob, you can do it. Oh, no, Striker's going to TP away.
If there was ever a candidate for Bob Player of the Match, this set would be it. Because Bob has come up huge for Justice time and time again.
That is a big one. Striker keeping in the back line. There's the EMP to try and counter it. The Blizzard already came out, and the Justice are split. Both tanks are dead. Stitch is on the high ground. And he finally kills. He gets one. Aimcod managed to kill off Moth with the nade, but the sustain really and the staying power from the shot is just way too great really for the Justice to do anything. Another very quick flip around. As 34% for the Justice was built. That's about it. And now the Shot can just push on forward. They've got point control, so they can hold these doors with the Mei and the Rhine.
Yeah, this is the absolute worst spot. This is why you run Rhine, and also you mentioned this is why you run Mei as well, because Mei just it's a second shooter. That's what Wall is. And now entry becomes impossible for the Washington Justice. They don't have a Lucio to speed through. They don't have their own Mei to put a vertical wall up and maybe walk through the archway that way. So how do you ever break through this? I guess Decay maybe goes in with Bubble, try to get a good grab in, but you know, it's going to be a big ask to get back in here. I guess you can get back in.
The Bob's going to come out, the shadows, oh, it's absolutely huge. Oh, it was all set up for him, but it still looked pretty. And there's the Coalescence to finish him off as well. Almost a complete team kill if Tuba wasn't invisible somewhere on the map, and now the Shot can hold the fort, and what do they have? Well, they got Blizzard, and they've got the beat to back it up with as well. This is going to be a tall order for the Justice to break this one. They're going to have to grab the tanks to the front line and hope this whole Hog does something, but this Blizzard's going to keep them at bay.
They have to do what they're doing. They're running the Ash on a flank to try to just open it up a little bit with Dynamite, with the damage boost over there. It does at least open it up, gives them entry. The next big thing to look at is probably this grab. It's Clemson, but
look at that instantly. The Blitz is using the front line. Violet goes down, but everything's all frozen up. Not much they can do in the front line. Johnny Peel striking with the whole hog, but still the Shot control the points. The EMP can come in at any moment from the Justice, and it doesn't look like the Shot now just want to back off. Forcing something else here would be beautiful, but getting the Graviton Surge out isn't too bad whatsoever. Yeah, the Shock are going to forgo the points. They know Justice only have 35%. They only need one fight win here, and it's going to be good.
Now, Washington has to show us what they've showed us the last couple of days, their ability to cycle ultimates. EMP should win you a fight alone. EMP, and then maybe throw in a Nano onto Decay so you can get grabbed. Bob has been good for them. The worst thing for Washington Justice is to use everything here. San Francisco will gladly take that on a platter and come back for a single more fight. He was in a decent spot. He gets spotted.
Perfect EMP. There's 5, and Super as well is instantly dealt with. Stitch is going to send out the Bob, but they don't need anything else. The Shot kit with a large EMP, and now they just go again. They've got you know, a bit of fight and a bit here, and CHOIHYOBIN is nearing that Graviton side.
Yeah, so they're going to have Grav and Blizzard as well. They can open with Coalescence. Open with Cole is a common call because Cole is just kind of a fire. Forget it. Creates a lot of space for your team. Super.
And just running around the complete. This Violet was slept, by the way, so his call actually got interrupted. There was nothing else he could really do. Stitch is going to fall as the Blizzard comes out, and now they're in trouble. The wall to stop anything from going on to Jardu, but the Nano Boost still lands. The Graviton Surge drags everybody to the point, however, and that's the Shadow hitting the floor, and that will be it. The Shot control the point as soon as they kill Tuba. Stitch is going to come back on the Tracer, but it's not going to really mean all too much. Control Center will go over to the Shot. There's going to be one final touch from Stitch, but they need a miracle at this point. Janu is just going to get feasted upon as well and actually just booped away from Mob. They've got a lot of ults going on line too. Graviton Surge is going to come out. Can they find any damage? In fact, others are going down, and a late beat from the Shot will end up saving it. A resurrection onto Janu might be good. The shot might have just overstepped their boundaries. Decay ends up falling. They just need one more pick, ideally. Tuba finds a hack and is building up towards the EMP. This should just be it if they can get this one off on the front line, but this coalescence is good. The EMP rockets through Shock and hits 5 people. Oh, my heart was fluttering, but Shock, they settle it. Aim God and Decay end up going down, and Shock managed to control the points.
Jan, it's a good map for
Very good map. Super can now switch over to the Roadhog. He's on his 3 pair of sneakers. And a 5-man shatter in that one, so he's had enough. Rectangle man, it is back onto the Hog. Is it as nasty as he says it is? Although he says every hero he plays is nasty, so it's Genshin. So, I'd like to differ. Oh, Super, hooked in. Oh, he's going to get killed. No, he's not. Luckily enough, the team there at his back. Oh, he gets booped though by Tuba. Oh, into the drink you go, Super.
Answering the age-old question, can pigs fly? No.
Nice. Okay, that was a bubble. That was a very well-timed bubble there by Choi. Saving Moth's life. He sleeps it deadly too, by the way, with these composition tags. So it doesn't really matter all too much. The Super wasn't really there to capitalize on this on Decay. Justice going to be able to hold this for quite a while, considering Tuba's up in the skies. There's not a lot of angles here. Arns can really deal with him as he's in this white room. Tuba doesn't end up going down yet again. The barrage is going to come through as well. That's almost a team kill. Striker in the back and Choi going low as well. He is going to fall. Goodbye.
I mean, it's been so good for Washington Justice, the patience that they're playing with and just waiting for San Francisco to come out, because eventually they have to leave that room because, I mean, Tuba's got him boxed in, but I also love that Washington's just ignoring Striker. Striker's in the back line, no one's even looking at him because they don't care. They're out healing.
Pulse bomb though, nano boost onto Tuba, that's a one-shot onto Violet. Didn't see that one coming. Luckily to get res, he's actually lost the Mercy. He doesn't know where Moth went, but he bought Valkyrie to get out of there rather easily, and a Graviton Surge on top of Janu. That's the wrong team, Decay, unfortunately. 83% of building, this is going the full distance. Justice only need 10% more to take it to stage number 3.
There's also a barrage and a pulse bomb ready. I would love Stitch to just try to blink to the back line, a little triple blink pulse bomb in there, and force them to go into White Room.
Hunt is dead! Are you kidding me already? And now Tuba's got 3 Ray Next. The barrage is going to act as a doorway, so the shot can't get onto the point. Luckily enough, Super comes back on the ball. Doesn't instantly die like he did in the Hog before. Aim God falls, and that's a good pick. However, Choi going down cannot touch Tuba up in the air as he finally falls. The rest of Shock just end up falling around him. And a little bit of speed boost.
Yeah, San Francisco's got both the teleporter and the speed boost, but Courtyard, first take. Yeah, San Francisco's playing points.
Yeah. I mean, look at the comp. Mei and Sim, the classics TP onto the point. Oh no, actually Arns is switching over to the Kree, so he stayed on the Mei, just in case he wants to play it, but he's going to have a really hard time. And Stitch knows this too, that with the point unlocking, you're going to be able to hit tab, see Arns is on the Kree, so you might have to small. Striker does get named, Super actually left. Stitch easily dealing with Striker as the point unlocks and Shock go for the cat. They're not even able to do so as the rest of the Justice are able to step on just in time. Arns at least deals with Stitch, but he's all alone near this mega health bag. He can scurry for it, but I mean, that's really all you can do. Moth dashing back to the spawn, or at least trying to, but Tuba taking care of Arns. That will be the cap for the Justice.
Yeah, and you have to make wholesale changes too. You can't try to come back in with the Symmetra either. Like, the Symmetra is the gambit that you think like you were going to hold point and you're going to take points, but now with Washington in firm control, giant changes coming out here. San Francisco will change at least 4 heroes. I think actually 5 as Moth moves over too. San Francisco a complete reset. Washington has taken control of the point, control of the courtyard, and control of the skies here.
Yeah, Arns has a nice open bit of area to work with, Hex, but Tuba can play pretty safe in the point itself.
Yeah, you play in the birdcage. No one's called it that, but I just always think of it as that when there's a bird inside.
You made it a thing, that's okay. Super looking for a hook here. Discord Orb's going to be fairly important too. You can put them on 2 more of the tanks, obviously, to kill them. There's the hook from Super. Nice little one, but Tuba's in the back. Oh, onto Choi and to Choi. Decay is 10% away from a Graviton Surge, and Violet just exited. He just exits stage left. He goes back to spawn. They weren't even able to capitalize on the healing coming out, so now Decay can get a free grab on the front line.
I mean, the Transcendence saved his life, but that's all it did. You know, I'm going to go ahead and say it. A low-value Transcendence. There, I said it.
So Josh Transcendence leaves the game with it, basically. There's the grab on Surge, instant pulse bomb on top as well. Jono at least ends up getting killed off, and Decay's pretty low as well. Nice little bit of dynamite there to force the Mercy all the way back, but with the armor as well, you've got so much healing to bear that you're not really too bothered about that dynamite going off. Striker in the 1v1 against Stitch. And Shock do manage to end up getting the cap, but at what cost? I mean, Justice now potentially only one fight away, 82% on board, and the Shock have only just managed to find the cap.
San Francisco needs to kind of stall out this fight just a little bit, because as bad as that Transcendence was for Violet, he does be clicking on people, and he's almost got another Transcendence yet again. Tank Ultimate's also ready to go for San Francisco. Washington, well, they gave up on the barrage.
They did, but they still got that nano. If Janu finds a hook, or if he gets hooked himself, you can instantly apply that nano and make sure he's safe, or we can almost basically one-shot somebody. Road Green have to use by the Hogs first. Oh, super! That was good. Almost baited him in there. You can see him kind of walking towards him. He didn't really expect that at all. There's the hook, there's the one-shot, and Art just flies away back to his spawn.
Alright, so we're going to fight again at 80%, which means it is very, very close to the final fight. San Francisco is known for being aggressive on their defense, and trust me, they are playing defense right now on this control map. They have the grab goes in immediately.
A ridiculous early grab, the Pulse Bomb's going to layer on top as well, and Striker finds two. The hook in to Janu, 78% on building the Shock. They managed to resurrect Violet as well in the Chaos, so they're going to be a full 6 here for this final fight.
Violet has Transcendence too, so even if this grab does come up from Decay, which you would imagine, the nano has to go to either Janu or Decay. Janu has full hog, so that's perhaps a good option. Washington still has ults. This one is not over just yet.
They managed to touch the point as well with Tuba. Answers a perfect fire now with the bomb out as well. Decay ends up going down, and Violet pops the Transcendence to get a bit of momentum on the point. That's going to be it, surely. Justice do manage to find the reflip, but they're already dead. Arns finds two with the help of the bomb. Violet and the rest of the Shock jump onto the point. It really is the battle of Thermopylae Hex. The Spartans tried so hard, but they couldn't quite make it work. Aimgod, Decay, they're dead. Overtime ticking down, and Shock finding the reverse sweep. Janu on the emergency Diva tries to get back to the point in time, but it wasn't to be. The Shock are going to push everybody away with the whole hog, and that will be it. The secret weapon in Super comes out and saves the Shock from getting 3-2 by the Justice. The Justice now in the losers bracket, and Shock take the W.